Hey, it's your professional sarcastic man and seeker of attention, Chris, here with some team-themed reviews again. We have Justice League number 14, Marvel Knights 20th number 4, and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 34. So we'll start off with Justice League, The Secret of Hawkworld. So we're going into the second half of the Justice League, their mission, their story as a we had a big chunk with Drowned Earth. Almost messed that up. Drowned Earth. But now we're going to this story that mainly pertains to Martian Manhunter, Hawkgirl, and Green Lantern. They've gone to Thanagar Prime to get answers about a Martian. I think it was a Martian seer, another Martian that's alive on Thanagar Prime. John's found out that there's a secret history. There's something else connected to Mars, and he needs answers from that Martian. And Hawkgirl's there to find out what's up with her wings. What are these this weird symbol lines on there? What does it mean? Why are they glowing? So they arrive. They arrive on Thanagar Prime on Hawkworld, and they are greeted by a very familiar guest. Shayera Hull, which is a bit weird, and Hawkgirl also points this out. This is supposed to be one of her lives, so how is she still alive? How is she still here? Shayera is the Empress of Thanagar Prime, and the last of the Thangarian Empire. I assume this is the one from the New 52, because there was a Shayera Hull, and the New 52 was I believe was an antagonist, because Carter in that one was supposed to be a renegade, I believe. I don't know, I didn't read Savage Hawkman, but she comes as the bearer of bad news that the Martian that John is looking for has passed away, and she really doesn't have any answers to the Hawkgirl's weird glowing lined detailed wings, but they are invited to at least stay, for the time being before they move on. And I gotta say, definitely, I love the art in this. The art is definitely great in this issue. Same with the cover. I love this cover. Love. I use that word a lot, but it really is good art and good coloring and a good cover with this one. So, but Martian Manhunter is he's a bit skeptical, and he goes off investigating. And so does Kendra. She's also very skeptical, especially with the fact, like I said, one of her past lives is still here, instead of, as always, dies and then reincarnated later on into her. And the fact she kind of like remembers that it is her. But this all kind of turns out to be a trap. And I'll leave it there. This is another good issue. I actually found there's an error in this. So, Escape from Hawkworld Part 1. Scott Snyder and James Tynion story. Tynion on words. Tynion is not written on here. If he is one of the main writers for this issue, one of the main co-writers, because it says co-written by, story by Snyder and Tynion, and the words are by Tynion. He's not listed on here. Just says Snyder, Chung, Segovia, Morales, Mori, and Quintana. So I'm guessing that was just a mistake. Let it slide. At least it's in the main one here. But I just noticed that on the cover, Tynion is not listed on there. Now, unless it's a collaborative one, but Tynion really didn't. But he did the words, so it's obviously a mistake. So, but regardless, this is another good issue. Definitely been loving Justice League. So, interested to see how this whole Hawkworld scenario plays off. So, on to Marvel Knights 20th number 4. And oh boy, more filler. Yeah, after last issue's Punisher filler, we're now on to some Black Panther filler. So we're introduced to the Marvel Knights kind of sorry, Black Panther, and we also get a little insight into what could have caused everyone to lose their memories. It's something a device that Reed Richards created, and instead of destroying, kept it for safe measure. So we're introduced to reintroduced to Black Panther, who has forgotten his memories. Goes by a different name. John, I think it was. Yes, he's been called by John. He's working at a center, trying to prevent this teenager from making a mistake, whatever, etc., etc. You get some little teasers of other heroes that have lost their memories, etc. So you got Captain America here, been called Captain Rogers, so he's actually got the rank. But he gets into a fight, yada yada yada. He starts to remember who he is, and honestly, why is this still filler? Like, this is filler again, and that's it. And the only reason that it's filler is for the start to give a hint of what removed all of their memories, and then there's a bit at the end, there's a kind of a slight revelation at the end, but the rest of it is filler. You could have easily just put those two parts in a different issue that actually had something to do with the story, and we're halfway done with the story already, and we've had two issues of filler. Honestly, where is this story going with this filler? Like, I know Kate's, I know you can do better than this. But Vita Ayala is co-writing this issue. Maybe that's why. And although Kate's is not always perfect, but still, this is 2 issues of filler. What is going on? So this wasn't a particularly good issue. It was okay-ish, but I don't like the fact that it was filler. We got 2 issues left to the story, and the plot hasn't progressed because we've had issue number 3 and now issue number 4 be filler issues, just to explain or just to show, these are characters kind of their life as normal people, what happened to them, and then them rediscovering their memories again. It's like, I don't care, get on with the story. So, on to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 34 of Beyond the Grid. So, I definitely gotta say, I said this for the previous issue, but the art is definitely, at least in my opinion, in my eyes, improving within each issue, or it could just be that they're saving the best art for like the big moments or the end. This page, I definitely like this page of all of them morph, but half of them got, at least Andros and Cam have only half their helmets on. So they're not willing to give up the Solarix to the Praetor, considering he is a tyrant, and they discover that the Solarix is actually a piece of the Morphing Grid, hence why Alarian can morph into a Ranger in a universe or a dimension where there is no connection to the Morphing Grid at all. The Morphing Grid doesn't exist, and with it, they are able to kind of summon Zords. Another good page of just like these Zords, but they only give like almost a kind of like just a schematic outline of Zords. So you have you got Andros, you got the the Astro ship, you have Magna Defender Zord, you have the Terra Zord, Kimberly's, you have Yellow Zero Ranger Zord, and also technically first time ever the Dark Ranger Zord, the Spinosaurus Zord. I don't know what they're naming it for this one, because it's called Toba Spino in the Sentai counterpart, and then you got Cam Zord, the helicopters, as always. So, and then we get a little bit of kind of the Praetor's personality. He's trying to manipulate all of these Rangers by attacking their their weakness. So with the Magna Defender, he attacks them with just Is that Michael, so angry, so bitter, all alone. She doesn't even love you back. How could she love a brute like you? So they've been developing this kind of relationship between him and Tanya, the Yellow Zeo Ranger. Have been for a little bit. You know, you get bits and pieces throughout this story, and does seem like it's confirming he is in love with her, but he's worried that she isn't reciprocating or feels the same way towards him. With Heckle, the Dark Ranger, guilty conscience, little keeper. Does Kim really know why you're in exile? Do you think she'd really forgive you if she knew? And with Kim, killer who will kill again, traitor who will betray again. Do you hear their rejection half so much as you fear your own thirst for violence? So going back to the whole, she became the Ranger Slayer because she was corrupted by Drakon, forced to work with him, corrupted by darkness, similar to how Tommy first became the Green Ranger. We got Cameron Watanabe, hollow and numb, a suit of armor with no one inside. Who would cry for you if you were gone? Damn, calm down, Praetor. Little Andros playing at war. Is that gladness I detect? Are you happy to have your sister with you, even as your friends have lost everything? Well, yeah. To Andros, finding his sister was like a huge point of his character in his series, in Power Rangers in Space. Even finding out Astronomer is his sister. It was a huge driving point towards the end of the series to save the world, was to also save his sister. And then with Tanya called healer, called lied to him, trying to save what cannot be saved. So much doubt, so much you know is already lost. Blast through the wounded. So the Praetor is not much of a physical fighter, more of a mental, psychological fighter. He's trying to get under their skin, but it doesn't work. They're able to, with their help, Kim is able to get, Kim rallies everyone to just shut him out, ignore him. You're all Rangers, you can get past this, and they're able to briefly fight back and escape from the Praetor. So I'll leave it there with that issue. Definitely another good issue of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Been loving this run so far. So that is it for all these reviews of Justice League, Marvel Knights 20th, and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.